The 34-year-old is the king of rap music. His music has done better than the music of all of the greats like Tupac, Jay-Z, and Eminem. How did a Canadian actor who used to be a child actor beat his own mentor Rihanna, win 4 Grammys, and break several records that the Beatles had held? Drake was born to multiracial parents who divorced when he was 5 years old. Dennis Graham, his father, is a Catholic African-American, and Sandra, his mother, is white and Ashkenazi, Jewish Canadian. Drake's original name is Aubrey Drake Graham, and he was born October 24th, 1986, Toronto, Ontario, in Canada. We have a very deep musical background. My grandmother, who passed away in Memphis, used to babysit Louis Armstrong, and my dad was a drummer for Jerry Lee Lewis, Drake told Hip Hop Canada in 2006. Drake got his stage name from his father, who gave him his middle name. His reasoning behind it? I'm not sure. My dad's a character, so it could be anything. I just really loved the name and I embraced it my whole life, he told Hip Hop Canada. Drake's mother raised him in Toronto, Ontario after she and his father split up. Drake has described his teacher mother as godlike. But she became bedridden from various health issues. She smoked cigarettes and took her pain meds, deteriorating every day, essentially dying, Drake recalled to GQ. Drake has also described growing up very poor, like broke. I grew up on West End Road. That's near the west end of the city. It's not the nicest area in the world. I grew up there, he told Complex in 2011. My mother happens to be a Jewish woman. She wanted the best for her family. She found us a half of a house we could live in, he continued. It was not big. It was not luxurious. It was what we could afford. Drake has also talked about being proud of his Jewish roots. I'm proud, a proud young Jewish boy, Drake said in behind-the-scenes footage from his HYFR music video, which was conceived as a reenactment of his childhood bat mitzvah. When I had a bat mitzvah back in the day, my mom really didn't have that much money. We kind of just did it in the basement of an Italian restaurant, which I guess is kind of like a faux pas, he explained, as reported by Digital Spy. Drake went to a Jewish day school when he was young where nobody understood what it was like to be black and Jewish, he told Heave magazine in 2010. It was not easy for the young Drake, but in 2001, his luck changed. In 2001, when he was only 14 years old, he got a part on the popular Canadian teen show Degrassi. In the original cast of Degrassi, The Next Generation, Drake was cast as Jimmy Brooks, a popular 8th grader, basketball star, future paraplegic. At the time, Drake was still going by the name Aubrey Graham. I was in school and I used to always crack jokes in class. I was a good liar and a good talker. And this kid in my class was like, yo, my dad's an agent. You should go talk to him because you're good and you make people laugh. Drake explained in GQ in 2012, I was just good. I was my father's son. I was slick, you know? When it comes to knowing what to say to charm, I always had it. At the end of his teenage years, he started writing his own music. 17, 18 is when I was really getting into that hip-hop phase, you know, and really studying the things that I needed to study as far as learning about flows and learning about lyrics, he told GQ magazine. Drake stopped acting in 2008 to focus on music full-time. Drake put out in 2009, So Far Gone on the label he made himself, October's very own. Drake told Heave magazine right before the release he was teetering on getting a regular job. I was coming to terms with the fact that, okay, people know me from Degrassi, but I might have to work at a restaurant or something just to keep things going, he told the magazine. The most popular song on the mixtape, Best I Ever Had, was the first single. The song reached number 2 on the Billboard Hot 100, was nominated for 2 Grammys, Best Rap Solo Performance and Best Rap Song. Drake's reign on the charts began with Best I Ever Had, and he'd later be the first artist to stay on the Hot 100 for 8 years in a row, a streak that ended in 2017 after 431 weeks. In May 2009, rumors began to spread about Drake and Rihanna. Rihanna had just broken up with Chris Brown, and Drake gave her comfort. Unfortunately for Drake, he got dumped. I was a pawn, Drake said in a 2010 interview with the New York Times. You know what she was doing to me? She was doing exactly what I've done to so many women throughout my life, which is show them quality time, then disappear. I was like, wow, this feels terrible. After a long wait, Drake's first studio album, Thank Me Later, came out on June 15, 2010. Thank Me Later, which had contributions from big names like Jay-Z, Kanye West, Timbaland, Nicki Minaj, and his mentor Lil Wayne, debuted at number 1 on the US Billboard 200 and sold 447,000 copies in its first week. Since then, Drake's gone on to releasing more albums and have kept on breaking records. Drake's won a total of 192 awards, including 4 Grammys out of a total of 47 nominations. He's won a record 29 Billboard Music Awards out of 81 nominations, including Artist of the Decade. With 170 million records sold around the world, he is one of the most popular musicians ever. Drake has had 11 albums that were number 1 on the Billboard 200 and 12 songs that were number 1 on the Billboard Hot 100. Billboard called him the artist of the 2010s decade and the 16th greatest artist of all time. Drake's officially broken the Beatles' 55-year-old Billboard Hot 100 record. Drake has also become the first artist ever to surpass 50 billion combined streams on Spotify. Built a house in Toronto, which he calls the Embassy. One of the most Googled houses in the world is this one. He has a basketball court, a gym, an outdoor projection screen, champagne and wine cellars, screening room, a spa, massage rooms, and a jersey museum in the basement for his sports memorabilia. Drake didn't skimp on anything when he built his 4,650 square meter high-end home in his home country at the end of 2019. House worth $100 million and has more than 2 acres of land. Drake's also very successful in business. He owns OVO, which is his own record label. He's the global representative for the Toronto Raptors and owns his own whiskey brand, among other businesses. What about love for the superstar? He had a crush on Rihanna, but as was already revealed, she broke his heart by refusing to pursue a romantic relationship with him. He's been dating many attractive women, but has not yet found anyone to settle down with. A one-night stand with the model Sophie Brousseau led to a son, Adonis. What's Drake's secret to success? In an interview with CBC Radio from 2013, he said, "I'm addicted to success. Early on, I wanted to make $25 million by the time I turned 25. In the same interview, he said, my new goal is to make $250 million by the time I'm 29. And he also reached that goal. Can he become the greatest musician the world has ever known? What do you think? This video is soon over, but you should definitely watch the video about Mr. Beast and Elon Musk. Could Mr. Beast become richer than Elon Musk in 2032? That was all for now. See you in the next one.